I think that's so good. It's a good question to ask. And it's something that both me and my husband have thought a lot about growing up. My husband's parents were pastors, and then I grew up, my grandfather was a pastor. So I grew up in church, And so it's something that we've thought about a lot. But I think it's just real important as parents. I think really, I think the question comes back to us. It's anxiety.
Oh,
It's
yes.
anxiousness in us,
We
and I
want them
feel it too.
saved, girl.
Yes, we. I mean, but it's this
Mm.
good desire. We want our children to be saved. We want them to trust in Christ, and so our anxiousness or our fear can push
Mm.
for this this sign,
Mm-hmm.
this outward sign that will alleviate some of our pressure, some of our
Mm.
anxiety. But I think with the Lord, the invitation for us as parents, grandparents, those that you know that love our little people, um, and this is something that daily I have to lay this before the Lord, is really to trust the Lord's timing.
Mm.
And I've told our kids this too, and I think I did a little like as a parent and kind of growing up and in the church, and everyone just got baptized, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I kind of initially went to the opposite extreme and kind of was like, you know, well, just because I'm a Christian doesn't mean you're a Christian. Wanting to let them
Mm-hmm.
know that that they hadn't yet received, and
Right.
until one day, a couple years ago, one of my daughters said, well, when I'm older, um, I'll accept. I'll accept Jesus. Or one day I want to be a Christian. I was like, oh, you can. She's like, no, I can't. I'm a child. And I was like, oh,
Yes.
I was like, Lord, what messaging am I giving her?
Yes.
But then I don't want to give the other messaging, which is they're seeking our approval
Mm-hmm.
of get baptized, get baptized, get baptized, when maybe that's not where the Lord has them. And
Okay.
something that's really encouraged me, and just as I've been really enjoying listening to Christian biographies and
Hmm.
autobiographies lately, mostly through audiobook.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a ton of great books if anyone's interested in
Yeah.
having some resources. But I hear these stories of people that the Lord saves, and sometimes they're 20, and I always
Mm-hmm.
rejoice. I'm like, praise the Lord. And then one time the Lord reminded me, but they were 20. They lived some life before I saved
Yeah.
them. And so,
Ooh.
and my husband one time said, I was thinking about the kids. He was like, hey, think about our lives. Like, we all made some mistakes. We did these things, but God still saved us when He
Mm-hmm.
did. And so, just that resting in the Lord and knowing that our children might be in college,
Mm-hmm.
they could be an adult before their
Mm-hmm.
hearts are softened. They could be six. We don't know, but the Lord knows, and
We
so
have to
that's not.
trust
Yeah,
him.
we have to trust Him in that, and so,
Mm-hmm. Mm.
so yeah.
That's good. Thank you. You hear me? We have to trust him, but he's trustworthy.
Yes.
He's
Yeah.
faithful. Thank you. Because the anxiety is like,
Mm.
my God, I want all my babies saved. Not only mine,
Right.
but it's like, why ain't you teaching them? Why don't But thank you. Just trust
Mm.
God. And so, how do you disciple these people? Ain't you
Mm.
supposed to disciple them? Or do
Yes.
you just? How do you do that?
No,
Kind of.
I think that, I mean, that's a good question. Of course, there's, we can look at some
Mhm.
formal discipleship. Oh, we're going through this Bible study together, or we're going to
Mhm.
church. We're doing these things. But I think a lot of our discipleship, we look at Jesus and the discipleship that He did, it was life on life. Like we're living life
Mm.
with our kids, with our
Okay.
friends, whoever, and we're intentional about our faith with them. So
Mhm.
everyone's heard that more is caught than taught
Okay.
phrase,
Yeah.
and so I think part of discipleship is faithfully living out your faith
Wow. That's
in
good.
front of them,
Mhm.
not just a Sunday morning faith,
Mhm.
or a Wednesday night, or
Mhm.
or in front of people faith, but like a quiet at home faith,
That's
and
good.
those conversations that you're
That's
having,
good.
inviting those conversations, making opportunities for those conversations.
So really, you're on purpose 24/7,
Yeah.
because you don't clock out of Christianity,
Yeah.
do you? It's
Yeah.
like nope. That's rich. Thank you, lady. You have no idea that has helped me immensely. Because we have questions sometimes, and even when you're older,
Mhm.
you look back and be like, man, why didn't I? And then you get an opportunity, you think, with these
Mhm.
grand people. It's like, I got to make sure they know. But it's trusting God
Mm. Yeah.
and having the faith to
Mhm.
believe that the Lord doesn't want anybody to be lost and to be consistent. And I'm going to let you go for real. But girl, okay, one other thing, because I know
Mhm.
you got to pick up these babies.
Oh yeah.
Girl, relationships. Why don't we want to relate to people? Girl, sometimes I go with people that go the other way. Am I too much? Not really. So why do we not want to sometimes? What do you think the hiccup is there? Because in order to make disciples, you got to be around somebody, don't you?
We do have to. It's tough, and I think it makes it tougher that we live in a technology world. And so, I'm not super active on social media, and I'm fine with that.
Right.
And I'll explore whether or not I need to do more.
It's not for everyone, yeah.
But and there are many people who use like you, child, who use this social media platform to be engaging, to try to spread Christ, to disciple.
Yes.
But at the same time, I think sometimes the social media or electronics, technology has hindered us from knowing how to
That's it
build.
then. That's it. How to talk to people one-on-one.
Yeah.
That's powerful, girl. Because I have been trying to figure this thing out. It's like, why don't folks really want? Because you guys help me learn how to welcome people in. And it's like, how do you talk to people? And Daddy said eye contact. And so, it's like really on purpose to see people as image bearers and to outside of this, because the Lord gave this as a social media network. Whatever Joyce said, that's what it is. That's what it's in Frankfurt. That's what Healthy Heart is. And so then this young man said, Chai, you're on the internet, cast your net wide for Christ. But then when I get off the internet, I'm like, can we talk?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes folks, I'm like, ain't nothing going on there. Are we good? It's like, so how do you get to that? Because I've got some saint friends that appear to be so intimidated to talk to people outside of our circle. That's probably another time, another story. But anywho, I just.
Yeah, I always, at least for me, I found it easiest to start with neighbors, and, just kind of like getting to know your neighbors, know their names, And I feel like with the change of the seasons, there's always an opportunity to engage them. Oh, it's the first day of spring.
Wow.
Here's a first day of spring treat to drop off to your neighbors. It's the first day of fall. Let's do a fall brunch, neighbor brunch, or, things like that. But I do find that it's helpful. I have one of my friends, also one of sisters in Christ. We go to the same church. She lives right next door to me. And so we've done a joint neighbors brunch or a joint thing. So I think working together in community, it helps to alleviate some of the pressure and the angst of that reaching out. You see, Jesus sent out the disciples first. He sent them out 2 by 2.
All right, girl.
He sent them out with someone. And so I think it's always easier, more enjoyable to be on mission together.
So we're supposed to do it?
Yeah.
Or can you be okay not doing it, but you're supposed to, aren't you?
I think we all should be finding ways to be on mission for Jesus.
Praise God.
And seasons come. Maybe that's at home right now with your kids, or you're caring for your mother who's elderly, or father or parent. You work, your workplace. There's,
it's different for everybody.
It's different for everyone. And seasons change, but being on mission, and it brings being on mission. I find being on mission and finding ways to interact and connect and share Jesus, it awakens my faith even more. It's like that more logs on the fire.
Yes.
The hunger is there, and it just pushes you on.
That's
keeps
good
from
stuff.
stagnancy.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let you go for real. So when you're doing it all for the glory of God, do you get excited about being able to stand before Him? Or have you ever thought? I have thought of that.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, Lord, what else can we do here? Because this is exciting, knowing that we are going to stand before Him. I don't know how to articulate that I'm doing it just because I get to stand in front of Him, but it's like, what else? So that's just something that's been on my mind. Okay, so focus, child, on what you're doing instead of, okay, now we're going to get in front of the Lord one day. And He's,
I mean, I think it should,